Coming up on Hashtag That,
we talk about everything Grammys,
plus a Bachelor breakdown, the Kids' Choice Awards, and a little Grammys fashion review.
All that and more. From Hamden to Hollywood, we are your source for entertainment news.
From Hamden to Hollywood, we are your source for entertainment news.
Hey Hashtaggers, I'm Hannah Mirsky.
And I'm Hepzibah Rajan. The Grammys happened last night, and we have all the coverage coming to you in the next 30 minutes.
Before we even start talking about the awards show, we need to talk about who got snubbed.
Definitely, and I think we have to start with The Weeknd, because he decided to boycott the Grammys. He's not going to let his label send any of his music to the Grammys for nominations, and I feel like that was a bit extreme, but I guess I get where he's coming from, because he definitely had really good music last year, especially with Blinding Lights. It was one of the best, and it stayed on the charts for so long.
No, it's totally understandable the type of anger he felt towards the Academy. I mean, they snubbed so many artists. Blinding Lights was on the charts for so long and honestly broke a record. And he performed at the Super Bowl this semester, so it's kind of confusing that he didn't get a nomination. So I understand why he was mad at them. But also, personally, I thought Halsey was snubbed. Yeah, her album Manic, her third studio album, was so good. Her lyrics were beautiful. Her collabs with Alanis Morissette, Suga of BTS, the collabs worked so perfectly into it. Just to not see her get a nomination after all that hard work, it hurt me.
Yeah, it was shocking to not see Halsey up there, but yeah. We have to talk about how great the show was and the best moments that we had during the Grammys.
Yes. The show was very personal this year. Because there was no audience besides the people who came and were nominated. It was very personal, so they were more performing for themselves rather than performing at an audience. How did you like that?
Yeah, I felt like, especially the part where they got to tell their story, and we got to see a little behind the scenes of how they made the songs, and it just gave perspective to their entire story. And even if you haven't listened to the song, I feel like just listening to that little video that they played before they performed was it gave you an insight into how they came about making that song, which was great.
Yeah, and this, it was much more simple in the way that the performances weren't so extravagant. Mm-hmm. Besides WAP with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, but everything else was very, they were just singing, and the stages were so beautiful. But also, we gotta talk about BTS's performance. They performed from Seoul. I love BTS. They did amazing. How do you think they did?
It was definitely great. I was totally shocked to know that they were actually performing from South Korea. But unfortunately, we have to talk about our less favorite moments. There were some that really just stuck out to me, and I was kind of not feeling great about them. Especially, I'll let you start it off, Hannah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, I want to talk about my favorite moment with Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars' comeback performance after his album in 2016, he released 24 Karat Magic. It's been a long time since we got some Bruno Mars, and I'll tell you, it was a great performance. He performed his new song with Anderson .Paak. How did you like it?
Oh my god, the entire vibe, all that 70s vibe, it's so him.
It was those so moves, Motown.
Yes, it was.
I know, the stage was beautiful, it was sparkling. It was
his glasses.
Yes, oh my god, it was such 70 vibes. I was there for it.
We also need to talk about the 3 female country artists who performed back to back, and it was beautiful. Mickey did such a great job. Her outfit, even stellar.
Oh, I know, her performance was beautiful. And I'm not the biggest country person, so to see the back-to-back-to-back female artists just totally kill their songs, I loved it. So how about some worst moments? You want to talk about that?
Oh my gosh, I guess I could start us off.
Okay.
The baby's performance.
Baby's performance.
It was painful to watch, especially as someone who's been part of an orchestra for so many years. I just couldn't bear the violinist at the beginning.
It made no sense. I know the violinist was good and the little gospel thing that was going on, but it's like the song was from TikTok, you know?
Yeah.
So just to hear it with the music like that, I was just laughing the whole time. It made absolutely no sense.
Exactly.
How about you? Do you have a personal worst moment?
I think the other worst moment would definitely be Post Malone being snubbed so much. The camera just kept going back to him again and again, and that was painful.
I think they honestly wanted him to cry. Like he only performed once. And
Yes.
he lost every other category, but you kept seeing him much more than you needed to.
Yes, much more than we need to see any other artist. But that's a wrap for the 63rd Grammy Awards.
We have a lot more coming up after the commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Jules, spotlight on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Our very own hashtagger, Susanna, is here to give us an inside look at her time at the Kids' Choice Awards.
Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Susanna, and today we're here at the American Dream Mall at Nickelodeon Universe to see a screening of the Kids' Choice Awards. When I first arrived at the park, it was so cool. As somebody who grew up with Nickelodeon and loved it throughout my entire childhood, literally little me would not know what to do with herself. The park consists of a variety of different rides, ranging from rides for little kids to rides that would attract thrill seekers. Nickelodeon Universe is home to the world's tallest drop tower roller coaster, as well as the world's longest spinning coaster. Each of the rides at the park is also themed after various Nickelodeon characters. Some of them are themed after current popular characters like Paw Patrol and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, while other rides are themed after 90s Nickelodeon characters like Rugrats and Ren and Stimpy. And of course, who could forget the characters that shaped many of our childhoods, as kids who grew up in the 2000s. Then came the Kids' Choice Awards experience. For this, they rolled out the orange carpet and screened the live show for us. They also did some fun giveaways, and we had performances from characters like SpongeBob and Patrick. Also, Tracy Morgan was there, which was a very random choice, but he was there, just chilling. As for the award show itself, highlights included 3 performances from Justin Bieber, a speech from Vice President Kamala Harris, SpongeBob SquarePants' 18th victory in the category of favorite cartoon, and an iCarly reunion.
This is so great to be back here and together again with you guys. And also, our show's coming back.
Yeah.
And, of course, many slimings. In addition, the KCAs got creative this year and set a world record for the most people simultaneously slimed.
Did we set the record for the most people slimed simultaneously online? Did we do it? Oh, we did it! A new world record! You are now part of slime history, everybody!
Overall, the night was a success for me. I had a lot of fun, and I got to see Nickelodeon Universe, which is something that I've been curious about for a while now. Although the show was mostly virtual this year, getting to go to this experience was really fun because it felt like normalcy again. Like it felt like things were starting to get back to normal. I'm definitely going to go back with my little cousins because it's something that I know they will enjoy just as much as I will enjoy. And to be honest, I'm kind of sort of already ready for the Kids' Choice Awards 2022.
Thanks, Susanna.
Sydney Reynolds is with us to talk about what's trending in Hollywood right now. Sydney?
Reynolds here for this week's highs and lows. Starting off with something good, the Oscar nominations came out today and they're already making history. For the first time ever, 2 women were nominated for Best Director. Chloe Zhao, who directed the movie Nomadland, is also the first Chinese woman to be nominated for Best Director. And it doesn't stop there. History was also made at the Grammys last night. Taylor Swift is the first female artist to win 3 awards for Album of the Year. Beyoncé also became the most decorated female Grammy artist with 28 wins. The 4 main winners for Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best New Artist were all, you guessed it, women. Women are truly dominating award shows right now. But this week hasn't been great for everyone. Famous couple J-Lo and A-Rod have called off their engagement. While they're saying they're still together, there's a lot of speculation about the stability of their relationship. Some think cheating rumors about A-Rod might be true. Either way, J-Lo herself said they're just working through some things, and only time will tell if the power couple is strong enough to stick together. But back on a high note, previous Bachelorettes Taisha Adams and Caitlin Brinstow, they took to Instagram to thank fans and gave their support and gave their diehard fans a peace of mind that she's been in contact with longtime host Chris Harrison, who's temporarily leaving the show amid controversy. She said, quote, "Oh my gosh, you guys, what a wild announcement to be made within the last 24 hours. I feel so honored to be given the opportunity. I'm just so happy. And I'm so happy that you guys are happy. It means so much." End quote. That's all I have for this week's highs and lows. I'm Sydney Reynolds. Back to you.
She is back here again. Caroline Torpe has everything you need to know about the latest Bachelor episode.
What do you have for us, Caroline?
Hey hashtag, I'm Caroline Torpe and I'm back this week to give you a recap of Matt's fantasy suites. So as we know previously, Matt doesn't have a really close relationship with his father, and his father actually left him and his mother when he was really young. So this conversation was very important and kind of awkward initially. So Matt and his father spoke about how Matt was trying to get ready to commit to a lifelong relationship, and Matt brought up that his father wasn't able to do that for his mother and his family. So it was a little awkward because Matt kind of called him out, and his father got a little bit defensive, but his father eventually reined it back and apologized for not being there for him as he was growing up and through his childhood and everything, and said that he would do his best to be there for Matt in the future moving on. Michelle then had the first date with Matt this fantasy suite episode. So they went to a spa and they had so much fun, and it's clear that they have such a strong connection and they're really falling for each other. One of my favorite parts of their date though was when Michelle brought up that it's common to fall in love and the excitement of falling in love, but she asked Matt how he was going to approach staying in love and his strategies and his perspective on that. And Michelle and Matt even said that they loved each other and they had a great night, and then they went to spend the rest of the night together in the fantasy suite. So Matt definitely has eyes on Michelle, and I definitely think she's probably, in my opinion, the winner of the season, but we'll find out next week and I'll let you guys know. But they have such a strong connection, I wouldn't be surprised. But after this, Bree and Matt went on their date, and they actually went to a camping site, which I thought was really unique, but they had a really good conversation. They caught up about hometowns, And Matt said that he actually wasn't scared of Bree's mom, which was good, of course. And they talked about how strong their connection was. After this, we go back to Rachel. She's crying again. She's hysterical because she's worried that Matt and her relationship isn't as strong as it seems. This is because she was picked last for the rose ceremony last week, which makes sense, but I think she's just picking at things at this point, and she's just really not confident in the relationship. Although Rachel was freaking out, she did go on the date with Matt, and things were going okay. It was clear when she arrived on the date something was off, and Matt was worried that she wasn't okay. And Rachel shared how she was feeling, and Matt was explaining that he was so concerned for her and he really loved her. So during the rose ceremony, Michelle actually got the rose first, which was no surprise there. Matt clearly is in love with her, but Rachel actually got the rose second, which I was kind of surprised by because of the whole entire craziness this episode, but it definitely heightened the stakes for next week's episode. Bree ultimately did not get a rose, but she really handled the whole situation well. Besides this, I think next episode will definitely have a lot of drama and craziness. I'll be sure to update you on all of Rachel's emotional moments. I mean, we all have them, but I'm sure it'll be a little bit heightened during this next episode. So be sure to tune into #that and stick around because I'll give you all the latest updates. So I'll see you guys then. Bye!
Thanks, Caroline.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a few.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. It's here. It's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
With us.
Karina Cami is here to give us a latest Hollywood news update. What do you have for us, Karina?
Hey guys, I'm Karina Cami for this week's Hollywood news update. There's plenty to talk about, so let's jump right in. While there were plenty of people super excited about the Grammys last night, not everyone is sharing the love. On March 9, Zayn Malik slammed the Grammys as well as all individuals associated in a harsh tweet. The singer stated, quote, "F the Grammys and everyone associated. Unless you shake hands and send gifts, there's no nomination considerations. Next year, I'll send you a basket of confectionery." Fans were quick to point fingers that he might just be bitter about not receiving his own nomination, but Malik was quick to say it wasn't about him, but rather about the favoritism, racism, and networking policies that influence voting. Last night during the show, he sent out one final tweet on the matter stating, quote, "I'm keeping the pressure on and fighting for transparency and inclusion. We need to make sure we are honoring and celebrating creative excellence of all. End the secret committees. Until then, #F the Grammys," unquote. What do you guys think about this series of tweets and what Malik is trying to do?
I mean, I really think it's justified. His demand is just for transparency. Like, we could know more about why these other artists are getting snubbed, and we wouldn't have to, have to listen to all these tweets.
I mean, yeah, this reiterates back to what The Weeknd was saying. Also, I remember when Nicki Minaj was nominated for Best New Artist. She ended up tweeting, I think, this year about it and how it ended up going to a white guy, Bon Iver. So I totally understand what Zayn's saying. How about you, Karina?
I think his message is right. I think his delivery is probably a little off. I don't think, telling everyone to basically go F themselves is really going to accomplish much, but I think he's at least heading in the right direction, and I hope in the future we'll probably see more celebrities heading in this right direction of calling out the boards and encouraging them to move along with the times. We're in 2021. There's no reason that the committees have to be so secretive or that they have to, keep this really small box of nominations. They're basically gatekeeping music at this point when it should be for everybody. Along to even more Grammys news, the yearly on-air tribute to stars that have passed away was missing someone important, according to Twitter users. Glee star Naya Rivera tragically passed away in July of 2020. She was noticeably absent from the 2021 Grammys Memoriam. Fans took to Twitter to share how they felt, one user writing, quote, "Naya Rivera was a singer, not just an actress. She was a 2-time Grammy nominee, had a career that spanned more than 2 decades. She died saving her son's life. The fact that the @recording ACAD didn't see fit to include her in the memoriam section is disgraceful. It seems like in every award show tribute, somebody is always missing. What do you guys think?"
Yeah, that one really hurt Karina. Naya Rivera was such an amazing singer, actress. She was a triple threat. And yeah, to see that someone that made such an impact on a show like Glee that tackled a lot of social issues, that show is like very ahead of its time. To see her not be on that memoriam, that really was upsetting to me. How about you, Hafsa?
Yes, I actually did not realize it up until it was mentioned today, and I think it's really sad that someone like her had to not be mentioned in the memoriam. I do remember in 2013, her co-star, his last name was Morteith, was definitely misspelled in the memoriam, and that got fans mad as well. So I think it's just, that show seems to be getting a lot of, hate, or is it like...
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's an honest mistake. There's a lot of singers that passed away each year, but she was a very memorable one, so I think that was a big mistake on their part.
Well, I think it's, obviously they have a lot to keep track of. There's a lot of stars to keep track of, and unfortunately that pass away every year that have to be included. It's like these are the things that should probably be double-checked or triple-checked more than once to make sure that we're not forgetting people, because once you forget somebody, the whole thing kind of feels weird to an audience to be honoring some stars and not others. In my last story, CBS daytime talk show, The Talk, is taking a hiatus. The show is taking a break amidst an extremely tense exchange from March 10th. The clip features host Sharon Osbourne fiercely defending a controversial comment made by longtime friend Piers Morgan about the interview Oprah did with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. In his own show, Piers Morgan commented on Markle's openness about her mental health struggles, saying, quote, "I wouldn't believe her if she read me a weather report, and the fact that she's fired up this onslaught against our royal family I think is contemptible," unquote. Osbourne defended the stance on The Talk, upsetting co-star Sheryl Underwood and leading to a fiery debate. According to an insider, the comments made by Osbourne upset staff as well and led to several HR complaints. The Talk, as well as Sharon Osbourne, are currently under review by CBS. What do you guys think of this whole situation?
Yeah, I really did not like that. Sharon, he could, if he's her friend, I understand, but no, like you can't, when somebody's talking about their own mental health issues, that takes a lot of courage to speak up about. And
definitely.
Yeah,
especially in this time, like after everything that's happened to them, and to talk against the royal family of all people, I think would have definitely taken a lot of courage. And when she was like, what he told about her, and then Sharon defending him, it doesn't seem right.
Yeah, and it's embarrassing as a journalist to see Piers Morgan say something like that and then walk off the set. So I did not like that Sharon was defending his actions.
Yeah.
And coming up after the break, we're going to see some Grammy fashion reviews. We'll be right back.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive,
you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihavepreddiabetes.org.
Hepzibah, did you see the red carpet fashion last night?
Yes, everybody looked great, but there were some interesting looks.
Yeah, I could say
Nia
so.
has worn all the best and worst red carpet looks. Nia?
Hi everybody, I'm Nia Barasta-DeFaro, and I'm here to recap the fashion of music's biggest event of the year. The 63rd annual Grammys kicked off last night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see how the celebrities got red carpet ready for the new show during this unique time in history. First, we have Grammy host Trevor Noah, who wore a Gucci classic tuxedo complete with a bedazzled brooch. After winning a Grammy for Savage in the pre-show, Megan Thee Stallion wore a rich orange Dolce & Gabbana gown paired with diamonds at every turn. Doja Cat, who was nominated for Best New Artist, wore a stunning maxi floor-length, feather-clad Roberto Cavalli ensemble. Grammy winner Maren Morris wore a pink silk Dolce & Gabbana gown perfected with rhinestones. R&B song nominee Her wore a deep purple Dundas dress with matching pants underneath. Best Country Song nominee Brandi Carlile walked the red carpet in a shimmering three-piece suit. DaBaby in Dolce & Gabbana made his own Grammys red carpet after learning the ceremony is a child-free zone. No kids are allowed in the Grammys, so we created our own red carpet just so my princess could walk the carpet and show off her dress. He wrote on Instagram. I love that. Doja Cat wasn't the only celebrity who looked gorgeous in feathers. Kelty Knight glittered in silver and feathers on the red carpet. Sisters Halle and Chloe Bailey were twinning in Louis Vuitton mini and maxi dresses. Debbie Nova came to slay in a pink mini George Chakra dress and gem-studded Sophia Webster's shoes. The K-pop group BTS made everyone look their way while rocking matching Louis Vuitton suits, jackets, and pants. Look at that, everybody. Weren't they amazing? Mind-blowing. That's it from me. Back to you at the desk.
Oh my God, can we talk about Dua Lipa's dress quickly?
Of course.
It was so beautiful. The beautiful butterfly up there reminded me of Mariah Carey's red carpet outfit. I totally loved it.
Yeah, you did talk a lot about it. We don't have much time left today, but before we go, let's give a celebrity shout out to will.i.am.
will.i.am turns 48 today, and thanks for giving us some of the biggest smash hits of our generation. I know that the Black Eyed Peas' The End album is still in my car.
Although she's not a celebrity, she's been an inspiration for all ages and sadly passed away a couple months ago. Ruth Bader Ginsburg would have turned 88 today.
She was the first female Jewish justice. Thank you for paving the way for many young women.
That is all the time we have for today, hashtaggers. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and make sure to download the Q30 app on the App Store so our news can go wherever you do. From everybody behind the scenes and both of us,
thank you. Have a good night.